Hey guys, how's it going? My name is j-statik and this is the Static Sessions. So in the last video we went over some basic techniques of Ableton. In this one it's going to be a little bit more advanced but really quick topics. We're going to be going into this stuff way more in depth later on, like way later on. But I just wanted to get into it because it's something that's really easy to do once you get used to it. And I feel like early on people would want to get used to this. This is something that's more so for DJs, but also for guys who want to use samples and whatnot. And if you want to quickly time stretch or transpose any of those samples, this is the easiest way you can do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw in a beat right now, real quick, a beat that we are going to use a little bit later on for recording onto. But right now I'm just going to throw it in because it's the easiest thing I can to just get an idea of beat mapping for you guys and transposing. So drop this in. And now it's kind of cool how this is done because even though it says the BPM on top right there, it's not actually correct. So if I went in, and this happens all the time, people send you stuff and it's never always correct. So if I go in and type that in, just by looking at it, if this is bar number, I don't know what that says, number 9, obviously that downbeat should be over here, but it doesn't line up for some reason. So quick way to do it, double click on this section, you'll see it pop up at the bottom right here. Now what I'll do is I'm going to zoom into this section. So I just click, drag, and hold in. And you want to make sure there's no space at the beginning. Sometimes there's a space if it's an MP3. And what we're going to do is click on this warp section. And because we know we're right at the beginning right now, this, if there was a space at the beginning and you have to go into it, you could drag this over. And this does it based on bars. On snap to grid. But what you can do is hold down Command and it becomes free flow. So you can just go anywhere you need to. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to set this as marker number 1. So you hit set 1.1.1 here, and then you right click again, and you go warp from here straight. Now once I do that, this automatically BPM'd over. So now this shows 88 BPM, so we know that this is 88 BPM. So what you can do is go back to your main section, type in 88, and now this whole beat is beat mapped. Meaning, if I press play, with the metronome on, you can hear that it's in place. If I scroll over a little bit, you'll hear this. Really simple, it's on beat. But now that it's beat mapped, I'm able to change this BPM to make it slower, and now you hear that it's slowed down quite a bit. But it's still in time and the metronome is still there. But for this sake, because I don't like how it sounds like that, because I don't like the way it sounds, I'm actually going to go back in and change it back up to 88. And now that that's done, I know that's good to go. So now at 88 BPM where it sounds the best, well, to me, obviously if it's my beat, I think it sounds the best at 88 BPM. We're good to go. Now I know, me personally, I know this song's in the key of E, but imagine I had a singer that came in and he's like, hey, you know what, I can't actually record on E, I can only sing at, say, C sharp. Because I know my keys, I know C sharp is 3 keys lower than E. Well, all I have to do right now is double click on this, and over here in the transpose section, I can bring this down 3 keys, and now, this is now a C sharp song. And that's it. That's how you transpose. Because I transpose this 3 keys down, it does sound a little bit degraded. And with these algorithms right next to the transpose section, where you have beats, tones, texture, repitch, complex, and complex pro, you can find really cool ways of finding the best algorithm to keep and preserve the sound of your beat while you're transposing it up or down. For the most part, I use Complex Pro if it's something where I'm trying to transpose and preserve the sound. If it's something where I'm trying to get a different feel and a creative way of doing it, I either use Beats or Complex. I don't think I've ever used textures, tones, or repitch for what I do, but I know people have used it before for their own purposes. And that's it. That's a simple way to beatmap and transpose your songs. And I hope that did help you guys a little bit. And this works for everything, even when sampling little vocals, whether you're DJing and putting in full-ass songs, putting them in there. Yeah, even if you have to beatmap or transpose songs in general, you can do all that stuff all within Ableton within a good 5 minutes. And I hope that helped you guys. If it did, like, comment, share, subscribe, do whatever you got to do. Hit that bell, and you'll have notifications for future videos which are coming out. Stay tuned.